All right, so let's talk about Packers Bears. I'll start it off if you don't mind with the Packers. Okay, first things first. Jordan Love was unbelievable on that first drive. He was 3 for 3 on third down. The touchdown pass to Kraft was over the linebacker and in between the safeties. It was basically the most perfect throw that you could make in that
Not only
route.
that was the safety that had thrown his helmet 2 plays before that.
Right,
So it
exactly.
was like revenge on that play.
Dude, that was such a perfect pass. And then, okay, so we have a 3 and out, and the Lions are kind of getting in the game. They go down and score a field goal, right? So we're up 10-3. Packers get the ball, boom, 48-yard pass to Romeo Doubs, boom, touchdown to Reed. So who got the touchdown?
McCarthy
JJ?
ran it
JJ
in.
McCarthy.
Oh man, too bad. Well, hey, there's still time left in the game, 2:53. But yeah, you're gonna lose. Dave's gonna lose. Dave's gonna lose his mind because the Bears completely choked this game away. We'll talk about that on our Friday show, though, guys. We got a lot to talk about on our Friday show. But let's get back to the Packer game. So 2-play drive, 17-3. Packers are stepping on the Lions' throats, and I'm loving every second of it. We go back out. We get the interception, right? So we get the interception on the next drive, and then we do a 3 and out, unfortunately. And then the Lions go down and get their field goal at the end. But dude, that first half, I don't think I've ever seen the Packers come out in a first half just looking so clean and aggressive on both offense and defense. Dude, we were up for it, man. Not only were we up for it because there was a lot of hype, but dude, I'm telling you, the Micah Parsons trade has galvanized the franchise and told everybody on that team, we expect you to win a Super Bowl wearing this uniform. That's what that trade is about. You don't give out 2 first-round picks and give a guy $188 million if you don't think that you're bringing a title home to Green Bay. So everybody wearing the green and gold right now knows without a doubt they are expected to win a Super Bowl, and they believe that they can in the front office, and I love it. And they played like it, man. I have never seen the defense play so aggressive before. In all my years as a Packer, even the Reggie White, Sean Jones, Leroy Butler defenses, like they were good and smart and contained, and Reggie just threw people around. But this defense was just angry, and I loved every second of it, and fast and playing downhill. So they were playing a lot of cover 3, drop 3, so this is why Jared Goff had so many completions, guys, because he was throwing 2, 3, 4-yard passes or passes behind the line of scrimmage, and then people were just coming up and tackling him. Dude, like one of the best running backs in the NFL, right? One of the most dangerous running backs in the NFL. 10 catches, 31 yards, NFL record for the least amount of yards on 10 catches. I mean, who would have thought that a Lions offense would have that kind of record and a Packers defense would set that kind of record, right? Like that was the game plan. We stuck to it. Hafley did a masterclass. Everybody knows it.
He did.
But it starts with defensive pressure. We blitzed a cornerback on the first play of the game. And I was like, oh yeah, it is on. And then we only blitzed a few times after that, and then really never in the second half because we didn't have to, because the 4 defensive linemen were destroying the Detroit Lions offensive line. In the Dan Campbell era, they have dominated the line of scrimmage. That's the whole Dan Campbell persona, right? Dominate the line of scrimmage, bite their kneecaps, be tougher than them, be stronger than them, be angrier than them. And they just got smacked around all day long. There was, 18, Doug, we were talking about it earlier. How many were there? 18 tackles at or behind the line of scrimmage for the Detroit Lions, right? And that's the most in the Dan Campbell era, and the most before that was like 11. So it was
I think like 70% of their runs, the running back got hit in the backfield somehow. Like he might not have been tackled right away, but he got hit almost every time.
At the line of scrimmage or in the backfield, right? Exactly. 45 yards, also the lowest amount of rushing yards in the Dan Campbell era for the Detroit Lions. I mean, they got punked, and obviously I think part of it is because Ben Johnson is now on the Bears choking over there, but the other part is that the Packers actually have a real defensive coordinator, and the Lions don't maybe have this tremendously just awesome offensive line. They lost Ragnow, their center. They're starting 2 new guys at guard, right? And it all starts with the center guy. The center's calling out who to block, the center's calling out adjustments, things like that. You lose a veteran center like that. Ragnow was probably top 3 centers in the NFL. Some might think he's the best center in the NFL. He was an amazing player. he retires out of nowhere. They don't know what to do. They're filling in the gaps. I mean, that's going to have a massive effect. And it showed. That Detroit Lions offensive line got absolutely mollywopped, and it was awesome. It was awesome to watch. So, all right, Hype, how do you feel about the game?
Well, so I'm gonna just leapfrog off of what you said. I looked at the PFF grades, the like Penny Sewell sewer toilet seat. He some of the offensive linemen for the Lions graded well. The problem was, and maybe because they have some new guys, just so many moving parts on the Green Bay defensive line. They're doing stunts, they're dropping guys back. You don't know who's coming. So even though the Detroit offensive line still performed like decently okay, it didn't look like it when you're watching the game. It looks like they're just getting totally crushed because the speed, the strategy of the defense. And this is what's crazy though, guys. The only reason the Lions barely had any yards at all is because Gibbs kept busting it outside with his speed. If they didn't have an extremely elite running back that was super fast on their team, they might not have scored any points in this game at all. Like, that's how bad it was.
Laporta actually was okay in the game. Laporta actually was a decent.
They were doing dink and dunk little passes, but they had like twice as many offensive plays, I think, as the Packers. They had to like, and what I'm saying is they weren't playing bad so much. Like they were doing their things and everything, but Goff just was like not having a good day, and the defense was playing well. The cornerbacks graded pretty well, the safeties graded amazing, and the linebackers graded well. The defense just played really, really good, and this wasn't a situation of the Lions playing bad and the Packers playing good. The Lions, other than maybe their offensive line was like okay-ish, but other than Goff, the rest of the team played fine. It's just that the Packers were just that much better. And that's what's shocking about this game. It's not like the Lions just showed up and said, we're going to play bad. They tried everything they possibly could to get yards, and just nothing worked. So they got a garbage time touchdown on a circus catch and everything, but it looked like a complete disaster, a complete like domination by the Packers. And that's what's like so shocking, like the entire game. So this is the thing. Okay, the Packers exposed how to beat the Lions now. Like, if you can just confuse their offensive line a little bit and get to Goff, like, they are a barely above a 500 team. Even though they have lots of guys that are good on their team, and they only lost 2 games all year last year, and even those games were probably close. You can now beat the Lions. I don't think they're that scary.
I wouldn't say they're barely above 500 team. I mean, okay, maybe they could go 9-8, 10-7. I'm
saying if you're able to take advantage of their offensive line and get to Goff.
Yeah, no, they're still going to beat up a lot of teams. They're still going to be better on offense. I think just the massive amount of change this offseason, it was kind of a perfect storm. The Packers have all this mojo with Parsons. You know, they got home field, a game at home to start the season for the first time in 7-8 years, right? Everyone's hyped for it. I mean, it was all stacked against the Lions. I thought the Packers were going to win this game, but I didn't think they would win it in the fashion they did, right? I thought
it'd be close.
I think the Lions getting out-muscled is just not something you see the Lions ever do, right? That doesn't happen. Like, even when they lost the game to the Commanders, they were just making mistakes on defense. They had fumbles, interceptions. It was almost more mental errors. It wasn't like they got out-muscled. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They got out-muscled in this game. They got, like, out-throttled by just pure anger and speed and aggression, which is, like, kind of their thing. And that's, I think, what made it so exciting for Packer fans was like, whoa, we can play fast and angry too. Like, our defense. So this is the thing too. Like, if you guys look at PFF grades, I'm not huge into PFF grades. I do think there's some value to them when you're looking at certain things. But if you look at the Packers coverage grades, they're all really pretty below average for this game. And to me, that's not really fair, because the style that we were playing in that drop 3 is that we wanted Jared Goff to complete a pass and then tackle, right? So Jared Goff was completing a 1, 2, 3 yard pass.
Overall, the cornerback grades were actually pretty decent for the Packers. Valentine had like a 75.
True, but I mean, Javon Bullards was really low. They actually put Quays really low, because all these catches by Gibbs that are 1 or 2 yards in front or behind the line of scrimmage, they get like a negative grade. But like, we wanted them to throw those passes. Again, he was averaging 3.1 yards a catch. I will take that all day. Goff was averaging like 5.9 yards a pass. I will take that all day. That was a great strategy by Hafley, and I thought it was executed extremely well, especially by Bullard. Like, if you guys were watching the game, they were playing like a 4-2-5, but Bullard was basically linebacker 3. So you had like edge in the middle, Quay on the side, and then Bullard right next to them, sometimes even closer to the line than they were. Like he was going to blitz and then he would drop out. So Bullard was playing like this hybrid linebacker nickel spot. And I think that's where he's best because he's a good tackler, not a great coverage guy. I agree, but he's a great tackler. And just like Quay from those Georgia defenses, they're used to playing downhill. They're used to playing in front of them. And that's kind of what Hafley had them do. And you can see these guys could tackle. Our tackling was unbelievable in this game. I don't think we missed maybe one tackle all game. I can't even think of a time a Detroit guy not only not got tackled right away, but there weren't 2 or 3 Packers on top of them.
Yeah, if they made one guy miss, there was a guy right there ready for him.
Exactly. They were flying to the ball. It was so awesome. No, I'm really impressed by the speed our defense played with and the control our defense played with and the ability to, tackle the guy the second he made the catch or right after making the catch and make the Lions go on a 13, 14, 15 play drive and hope they make a mistake. And it worked because they didn't get a touchdown until the end. Okay, I'm going to complain about this catch in the end. I mean, yes, it was a great catch, but let's talk about the NFL rule, okay? I'm going to be a hater right now. I'm going to be a hater. I'm okay with them giving him the catch. I'm 100% okay with it. But by the rule, he has the ball in his right hand. He catches it. You see it move. You see the ball move ever so slightly, right? His right foot touches, then his left foot, and then he connects it with the second hand and falls down. So the problem is when his right foot touches, the ball's moving. Then his left foot touches, and then he secures it with both. By the rule of the NFL, because the ball moved after his right foot hit the ground, that doesn't count. It should have been 1 foot. It shouldn't have been a touchdown. But I get it. It's garbage time. It had no effect on the game. It was an amazing catch. Good job, Tesla, or however you say it. Tesla. Maybe we should say Tesla. Maybe we shouldn't say that. I don't know. I think that's kind of bad news these days. But technically, by the rule of the law, I don't think it was a catch. And I think if that was like going to determine the game, they probably wouldn't have given it to him. Just to be honest, that's my opinion. Didn't have any effect on it, but from what I saw, it shouldn't have been a catch. And in my heart, we held them out of the end zone. So that's what I'm saying. The Lions got a garbage time touchdown.